Hi guys, Mr. Davis here. Hope you're well. Going to try something a little bit different today and get some practical work back going in PE. Hopefully you've got your PE kit with you. You can stick that on, get yourself a drink, and we will get going with our PE lesson for today, focusing on circuit training. So get yourselves ready, pause the video if you need to go and change, and then I shall show you shortly. Okay. Right, first thing, any practical lesson, we're going to get a little warm up going. So just jogging on the spot. My house is a bit cold today. It's starting to snow. So I need a good warm up. I haven't done much this morning. So just make sure your arms and legs are going. Nice spring in your step. Get that heart rate up. Get the breathing rate up. Get your body temperature up. Start to feel a bit more lively. Okay, speed it up a little bit. Put a bit more bounce in there, get the arms pumping as well, and slow it down again. Big deep breaths. I'm going to count down from 5, and you're going to speed it up again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Bit faster, fast as you can. And back down to a jog. Nice and easy. Okay, there are 4 exercises that in Key Stage 3, we concentrate all PE lessons on at the start. So I'm going to go through these with you now, nothing too tricky. So the first one is just going to be lunges. Now it's important when you lunge, you have opposite arm to leg. So what I mean by that is when you lunge with the left leg, the right hand comes up, should be at that right angle position there. And then the opposite arm to leg. So right leg forward, left hand up. Same again, left leg forward, right arm up, and back, right leg forward, left arm up. Okay, back to a gentle jog, so you just keep that body temperature up now. Okay, next ones we like to do, called squat touchdowns. So every time the legs come out, touch the floor of your hand, bounce back up. Down the other hand, and up, down, 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 gentle jog. We'll just repeat that again. Ready? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Back to the gentle jog. Okay, the next ones we're going to do are a little bit tricky. So these ones are called skaters. They require a little bit of balance and coordination. So you're going to jump to one side, and as you jump to one side, you're going to land on the outside leg, and you're going to bring the other knee up. And then you swap legs, and then bring the other one up. As you get better at it, you can hold that position, and then spring off. Hold that position, and then spring off. Back to a gentle jog. Now you can add a little hop in as you go out to the side. So this time, you're going to go there, hop, there, hop, there, hop, there, hop, there, hop, there, hop, there, hop. Back to your gentle jog. And the last one, called high knees, hands up. So 2 versions of high knees that we do. Normal one is where your high knees and your arms are going to the side. This one, your hands are going to come up in the air. So it's high knees, hands up. Gentle jog. I'll count down. 3, 2, 1. High knees, hands up. Pick those knees up. High knees, hands up. And gentle jog. Do it one more time. 3, 2, 1. High knees, hands up. High knees, hands up. High knees, hands up. And just shake it all out. Hopefully that's warmed you up a little bit. If you feel like you need to keep going a little bit more just to get yourself loose, then repeat some of those exercises, maybe throw in a few more that you might know about. And you might want to do just a few standard stretches. You can either do your static stretches where you're just holding it in a set position, or you can do some dynamic stretches, so where there's movement involved and change in length of the muscle, just as you're stretching out. Okay, so you might want to just do a few of these, just complete your warm-up, and you should feel ready to go with the exercise now. So I don't want to slow things down too much, but I'll just explain to you how this is going to work. I've got a set of exercises that we're going to run through. We're going to keep it fairly simple today, and we're going to do 30 seconds of work and about 30 seconds of rest. And in the rest time, I'm going to try and give you a bit more information about circuit training and a little bit of a demonstration about the next exercise. So if you're feeling lively and you want to go beyond 30 seconds, challenge yourself up towards 45 seconds maybe, then you can do, but always make sure that there's a little break. So circuit training is a series of exercises or stations where you're working different muscle groups, and it's essentially, it's a bit like interval training, and it's combining periods of work where you're doing the exercise and periods of rest. So different stations using different exercises and using periods of work interspersed or mixed in with periods of rest. That's the definition, if you like, of circuit training. So bear that in mind. That's how we're going to do it. Okay. Now, some of these are going to be fairly straightforward exercises. Others, take a little bit more know-how of technique, but hopefully we'll be able to go through them all. So we'll start off with some basics. So we're just going to go the standard star jumps to start with. So we're going to go 30 seconds on the star jumps. Nice big range of motion. So legs out, arms out, and it comes in. That's what we should be going for. Okay, and we're going to go for approximately 30 seconds. Okay, so this is going to be our first exercise. Now, get yourself ready, bit of space, and we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Try and keep it going. Nice springy step. 30 seconds of work, and then 30 seconds of rest. So, during this video, I'm going to be giving you some advantages of circuit training and also potentially some disadvantages as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, nice whole body exercise to start with, and not a difficult one to do. So one of the good things about circuit training is that you can adapt it to different abilities, and people that maybe aren't familiar with some of these exercises, they can choose the easier ones to do. Some people who are a bit more advanced might be able to adapt them to make it more challenging. So that's one of the advantages, that it can easily be adapted. Okay, and one of the things that you could adapt, a good exercise to adapt are press-ups. So those are going to be our next ones to do. So approximately 30 seconds, so try and pace yourself. If you are not confident in keeping that going from a standard press-up position, you can just do them from your knees. But I'm feeling all right today, so I'm going to do mine in a standard press-up position. I'll face this way so I can see the clock, giving us a little bit more rest time there. But here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep back straight, head up, lower yourself down, and then just push up. It's not about doing it fast, it's just about getting a nice rhythm going, keeping it nice and steady. About 15 seconds, push through. These are the ones that count, where it's a little bit more difficult. And about 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And okay, so done our star jumps, done our press ups, and now we give ourselves about 30 seconds rest. And the next ones we're going to do, we're just going to hold a standard plank. Okay, so when you're doing a plank, I can hopefully talk through my plank. Again, you just hold in that position. You can either do it on your forearms, or you can do it holding a set plank position with straight arms. So I'm going to do mine like this, and then I'm going to talk you through a couple of things about circuit training at the same time. Okay, so let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. So one of the good things about circuit training is that you can use it to target different fitness components. So the most important one that you're always going to be targeting is muscular endurance. So think about what muscular endurance actually is. Let's try and hold it. So muscular endurance is about repeating contractions without fatigue. Repeating contractions without fatigue. And pause it there. So that's going to be the standard one that you're going to do. Repeating those star jumps, repeating those press ups repeating contractions without fatigue. That's good for muscular endurance, but you could also use it to do different types of exercises. So for instance, the next one we're going to do involve a little bit more of agility work. So this time you need a little bit of space. You're going to do a little shuffle one way, touch the ground, jump back up, shuffle the other way, touch the ground. Okay, so watch how I do it from here. Shuffle, touch the ground, shuffle, touch the ground. And that's really good for agility. So you can use circuit training to target different fitness components. We're going to get ourselves going in 4, 3, 2, 1. A little shuffle, touch the ground. A little shuffle, touch the ground. Try and be nice and quick on your feet. Keep that balance, which again, another fitness component that's really important. You can work on short, sharp, quick little movements. Keep your head up. That's what you would do in a game. We're playing a team game, basketball, football, anything like that. One more, and relax. So you can use circuit training to target different fitness components. We've got muscular endurance, we've got agility. You could also use it to target things like power. So think about what power is. Power is all about strength, but also speed. So maximum strength times maximum speed. That's what gives you power. So a good exercise for power. I always like to link power to what kind of movement. So I always like to link it to jumping. So this is a tough exercise. I'm going to try and keep it going for 30 seconds. Standing tuck jumps. So try and keep it going for 30 seconds where you're bringing both knees up together. Right. It's all about power. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's keep it going. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 10 more seconds. Keep it going. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Oh, tough exercise to do. Have a little 30-second rest. Little stretch. I feel it in my old wooden hamstrings here. Oh, that one hurts a bit. But again, a different fitness component that you can target during your circuit training. Okay, next exercise. We're going to go back to our lunges. Just drop the pace down a little bit. This time, when you lunge out, I want you to turn in the direction that you've got your knee out. So on the next one, I lunge with my right leg and I turn to my right and back. Really good for balance, another fitness component, but also just a different intensity. So one of the benefits is that you can use circuit training to target different intensities. So tuck jumps, very high intensity, working anaerobically. Lunges like this, much slower, maybe more suited to elderly performers or performers who are coming back from injury. So as you lunge out, it's just a nice controlled rotation. Let's go left leg first. 3, 2, 1. Left leg out, turn to the left, pause and back. You should feel it in your core. Right leg out, turn and back. So don't bounce back. Always under control. Turn, pause, back. A few more. Leg out, turn, pause, back. One more on each side. Pause, back. So you should just be getting your breathing under control again now. And relax. Okay, so working on different intensities of exercise. So that was a nice slow one. Just to give you the idea again, this time we're going to go speed squats. So you're going to do squats. So feet just wider than shoulder width apart, hands just up out in front of you, and you're going to squat down and push up. But you're going to do it quite quickly. So again, this is an anaerobic exercise, really pushing the heart rate up. So rather than aerobic, we're working now anaerobically. Okay, 3, 2, 1, squat, up, squat, up, squat, up, squat, up. Keep your head up. So head up and chest up is the line. So you're not dipping over. Head up and chest up. Down. Try and get a good range of motion. I'm old and going maybe not so fast. If you feel like you can go faster, try and push yourself. Push that intensity up. We'll do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. I can feel it now. I'm breathing quicker. My heart rate's gone up. That was a bit more of a tough exercise to do. One of the other advantages that you've probably already picked up on is that in none of these exercises will you require any equipment. So that's useful in terms of organisation, in terms of being suited to maybe incorporating circuit training into like the sport that you're doing. So if you're out on the football pitch or if you're in the basketball hall, you don't need to go and grab loads of equipment. You can do circuit training without any equipment. So that saves money, but it's also just much easier for everyone to do, easier to organise. Okay, right. On the next one, we're going to go mountain climbers. So press up position, knees come up towards the chest, don't touch the leg down when you're doing it. So watch how I do it slowly. From here, knee into the chest, straight back out. Opposite leg and back out. But you do it like you're running. Okay, I'll face this way so I can see the clock. Again, quite a highly intense exercise here. 3, 2, 1, and go. Try and get a nice rhythm. Keep it going. We're going to run through 30 seconds if we can. If you need to have a little break, just pause and then try and pick it up again for like the last 10 seconds. You should be feeling like this is quite hard work. Another 10 seconds. Push through. Keep working hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. So, another good exercise to do. Now, one of the other benefits is that you can tailor or adapt the circuit to target not just different fitness components, but different muscle groups. So you can do it where it's general and work in lots of different muscle groups, but you can also do it whereby you're targeting your core, you're targeting your legs, or you're targeting your upper body. So for example, if I want to really go and drill my core straight after my circuit, straight after my mountain climbers, I might try and do a V-sit. So a V-sit, as the name suggests, where you're sitting down. Now, if you're not very strong in this core area, like me, you can place your hands down by the side and you just bring your legs up in the air. If you want to give it a go without your hands down, have your hands up, try and hold that. Again, really, really drills into the core. So let's give it a go. I'm old, so I'm going to do this version, but challenge yourself. 3, 2, 1, go. Keep those feet up. Keep breathing. It's always important. Concentrate. In the middle of this circuit, this exercise suddenly feels a lot more difficult than what it might have been right at the start. Struggling to hold it, shaking a little bit. You can hear it in my voice. Another 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So my technique wasn't great there. That's one potential thing, an issue that we'll come back to in a bit. We'll drill through a few more. Okay, this one's called Seal Jacks. So Seal Jacks is a good one as a whole body exercise. This time you're going to have your hands out in front of you, legs together, and when the legs come out, the hands come out, then back in, like a seal. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Seal jacks. So that's a good one. Right. One of the other things that we can focus on for circuit training So you can use it to target specific situations or techniques that you might need to do in the game that you're playing. So you can target certain things. So for instance, in most games-based sports, you're going to need to sprint at some stage. So it might be that one of your stations is sprinting on the spot. Equally, it might be that you're targeting the aerobic side of things, and you're just doing a light jog, but maybe your work for that aerobic station is a little bit longer. So rather than just doing that for 30 seconds, you actually do that for 5 minutes. Or you do your slower seal jacks, try and keep that going for a few minutes. So let's do the sprints on the spot. But what we'll do is we'll do maybe 7 or 8 seconds on, and then just a few seconds just to rest. Let's give it a go. So 3, 2, 1. Fast as you can. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. So it's like those sprints that you do in basketball. One end of the court to the other. 3, 2, 1. Go. Replicating the situation from the game. And then relax. One more. 3, 2, 1. Go. Fast as you can. Sprint back. And relax. So really high intensity, targeting certain situations in the games. So we'll do a few more exercises. I'm just going to go through some of the disadvantages or the potential disadvantages of circuit training. So let's have a look. Right, one of the other exercises that we can do is called, which one shall we do? Jump and twist. So jump and twist, your feet go one way and your hands go the other way. Okay, get yourself ready. We're going to do it for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and jump and twist. Jump and twist. Keep it going. Now I'm getting a bit tired, and I can feel my hamstrings starting to tighten up. Maybe my technique is a bit wobbly. Now that's a potential disadvantage. If you're not doing the technique right, what might happen to you? You might get injured, and you're certainly not going to get the benefit of what you're trying to do. So one of the disadvantages potentially is that using the wrong technique, particularly when you're tired and you're fatigued, so fatigue is extreme tiredness, then you might start to place undue stress on your muscles, and it could cause an injury. So for instance, if we were doing squats and my squatting technique became a little bit more like that, where I'm bending over, that's going to place some strain on my back and I would get injured. Okay, so you've got to make sure that you're using the right technique. Next exercise, let's do a wall sit. So nice and easy. So everyone know how to do a wall sit? Right, well if you don't, that's a potential problem, because you need a good knowledge of these exercises for the techniques to be done correctly, for the circuit training to be effective. So you want 90-degree angle of your legs, hands out in front of you or up on your head. If you're putting your hands down like this, that's not as good for your legs. And again, you're not getting the most out of it, so you need that knowledge. It should be back against the wall, hands either in front, hands up on your head. It shouldn't be hands here. Even little things like being too far up the wall, not having that 90-degree angle. If you don't have the knowledge of the range of exercises, it's not going to be as beneficial. Another disadvantage is that it could be quite boring. If you only know a few exercises, you're going to find that gets quite tedious, and you're going to suffer from something called tedium, which is essentially a lack of motivation and boredom with the exercises. So that's another key thing. Right, let's pick up the pace a little bit and let's go with some squat thrusts. So squat thrust is from press up position, kick both feet in together. So it's a bit like a mountain climber, but you're using 2 feet together. Okay, let's try and push this one through. So 3, 2, 1, and in, out, in, out, in, out. Try and keep it going. Let's try and do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so squat thrusts. Next one we're going to do is, let's go with some standard lunges. So 3, 2, 1, go. Lunge out, come back. 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 10, 9, 8, and I'm getting tired. I'm getting a bit worn out and I'm having to stop. Now, that's a potential problem because if I'm not going through the full allocated time, somewhere in my circuit I've got things wrong. And one of the issues is I haven't allocated enough rest time in between my work there. I went straight from my squat thrusts straight into my lunges. And I was working so hard, I didn't give myself enough time. So you have to get the right balance on your work to rest ratio. That's one of the key things you have to do. If you don't have the right work to rest ratio, your circuit is not going to work. So that is another issue. On the opposite side is, if you gave yourself too much rest and at this stage of the circuit you're still feeling like this is quite light work, you haven't really done anything, you're not getting the benefit out of it. So again, if your work to rest ratio is wrong and you give yourself too much rest, then it's too easy for you. And if you're not sure how to challenge yourself on circuit, you're not going to get good benefit. So those lunges are fairly easy. How do you make a straightforward lunge more difficult? Have a think. So one thing you could do, you could just speed it up, but you could also involve a jump into it. So it becomes what we call a plyometric lunge. So from one position out here, you switch and switch and switch. So you're not stepping lunges. So let's give it a go on with that. Let's do 5 on each side. So start with the left leg forward. 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Okay, you get the idea. So that's how to make it a little bit more difficult. Ultimately, motivation has to be there for circuit training to be effective. So if you don't want to push yourself to try and improve, and you want to tap out early, or if you want to just do, 10 press-ups instead of the 20 press-ups that you should really be able to do, again, that's an issue because you're not going to be getting the most out of it. So on the last one, we're going to do high knees, hands up to finish with. And what I want you to do is try and keep it going for the full 30 seconds. Okay, here we go. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High knees, hands up. So stay motivated. Keep that spring in your step. Hit the knees up. Keep the hands high. Keep breathing. Working hard. Speed it up if you need to. And push all the way through. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so that's a good range of exercises there. What I want you to do is do a little bit of a write-up, and I want the definition of circuit training. I want a range of exercises that you could use in your circuit training. I want a list of, let's say, at least, let's aim for 10. Let's be optimistic and try and get 10, maybe some 8 to 10. Let's be reasonable. 8 to 10 advantages. And let's say there's not so many disadvantages, but maybe 6 disadvantages of circuit training. Remember, for those advantages and disadvantages, it's often based around the organisation of it and how it's actually done. So things like, maybe things that I haven't mentioned here, like, is it suitable for large groups? Could you do large groups in the sports hall doing circuit training? Could you use it for different ability levels? Do you need equipment? How long does it take to do? Do you need good knowledge? Do you need someone to show you how to do it? All of those things you've got to think about in terms of judging, making an evaluation about how you could make circuit training effective for instance, a games player. So a games player, football player, basketball player, netball player, tennis player, any kind of game situation. Right, hopefully you found that nice and useful. I'm going to go and have a drink, enjoy the work, and looking forward to you sending me that work by the end of the week. So I want a nice, neat write-up of the circuit, the definition, key things to be involved, like exercise examples, benefits, and also some disadvantages. Okay, guys, take it easy and goodbye.